What's good? It's your boy DJ Fanatic at soundsforproducers.com. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to another video. Of course, my apologies for not doing a video in a minute, but I think it's only been a couple weeks. But notice it's a different background, different sunshine going on. I'm actually traveling to see family, man. So it's definitely dope to get out, during quarantine and during the whole COVID thing safely to see family I haven't seen in a while. So get out when you can and get that vaccine. But anyway, if you haven't subscribed, please click the sub button. Click on that bell as well so you're alerted for new videos on the channel. And you get to see some awesome beat breakdowns and just any random stuff I think that would benefit the producer community. If you don't know, my producer name is DJ Fanatic Beats. And I've been doing some shows on the BeatStars platform. So shout out to the BeatStars fam as always. I'm doing a show currently called Sunday Sounds where I interview a producer and we listen to some music and we talk a lot about producer stuff and music stuff. So hopefully all of that is benefiting you. If you haven't caught those, the next one is May 2nd. And we got a nice, dope guest I'm looking forward to having on the show. And I definitely think it'll be an awesome show. So, and also a lot of value for y'all. So anyway, let's jump into it. This beat actually is just something I won't say threw together, but I was just grooving out. It wasn't really like let me change that to bar so it's easier. It wasn't like it was, super hard to make. None of my beats are hard to make because it just kind of comes natural. But this one, I wasn't aiming for any type of sound. I started out with this one little sample, whatever. Shout out to my best friend Jacob. Check out his Octave plugin, VST. It's really dope. If you don't know, just Google it. I'm sure you'll find, where you can get that. I actually had him as a guest. We had a really dope conversation on this channel. If you look back through the history, maybe I'll put that in the description if I remember. But we had a really good chat, man, about his history as a musician, where he's going, and he had a lot of success last year, so super happy for him. But yeah, this beat actually started with I think one of his sounds, and I just kind of kept building and building on it, and it has a nice groove to it. So I was just grooving out. You let me know what artists you think sounds good in this beat. So I'm gonna go through each element, the mixing, and just a couple things I probably did in it. Please ignore any sounds you hear in the background, as my family can be kind of, well, they don't know I'm filming. So, but anyway, yeah, it's all good. So let's highlight this. If this works, there we go. And I'm gonna go through each element. So the first thing, like I said, I started with this sound right here. So that right there is pretty much a lot going on, and this is, I would say, one of my lazy beats because I usually don't use that much of a loop, and he has a lot of cool melodies going on in there. I did pitch it down 300 cents, so basically 3 half steps, and let's see what I did mixing wise. I use Fruity Parametric EQ2. Maybe I'll just call it FPEQ2 or FP2. FPEQ2. I'm trying to find a quicker way of saying it because I say that a billion times. But anyway, just cut some of the lows to 50 hertz because there's like a bass line in there. And laid a dip in the low mids at around 349 hertz just to kind of give it a unique feel, and pitched it down, of course. Then I use, shout out to Kyle Beats, I use drip. The particular preset I use is Torn, and I did change a couple parameters to just kind of get it flowing, you know what I mean, just to kind of add my own sauce on it, no pun intended. So and then I added reverb to kind of give it some space, and chorus to kind of give it even more like a fuller sound, almost like multiple things playing. So anyway, let me play it without all that so you can kind of hear it in its raw form, but imagine it pitched up as the regular. I could do that, but anyway, this is without plugins. make sure I don't play it too loud where I'm distorting. So, but yeah, there you have it. That's without, and this is with. Yeah, you hear the difference there. It's a lot more creepy. You know, it has that. You can hear where the frequencies are changing. I cut a lot of the lows. You can actually visually see it here. And if I just take that off, that's off. This is on. See, it just hollows it out. And the reverb actually adds a lot to it. Take the reverb out. And add the reverb back in. And you can hear the difference there. So with the reverb out, reverb in. Hey, so anyway, I was grooving right there with that. So it had a lot of elements in that part, so I just started out with a clap. Added a clap to it, and didn't do too much, you know. Just boosted this mid frequency area of the clap because I like how it sounded. Didn't really add any reverb or didn't do any type of stereo separation. Just kind of and shout out to my sister-in-law. She's in the building right now, you know, holding it down with a drip, you know. Let's see what else. I just gave you a shout out, that's all. Don't worry, you're not on camera. So next I added another clap. I rarely do two claps, but I was feeling myself, so I added this extra clap to kind of give it a different rhythm. Check it out. It builds a little more energy to the track. My bad. So basically the next sound I went with was the kick, and I'll show you what I did with that. But the kick has like this, it almost has like a Cali feel, you know, like rhythm to it. Check it out. Real simple, real straight through. The kick, I just cut some of the high mids, and the treble, just to make it not a lot darker, but the kick was already dark. So, and then I used sound goodizer to make it punch a little bit. And next thing, I think this is the hi-hats. And notice it's nothing too complicated. It's a pretty straightforward hi-hat pattern. I don't know. Sometimes when you're just doing a kick and a snare or a kick and clap, you can kind of hear what type of hi-hat pattern that you want to put with a particular beat. This one I was just vibing out to. It wasn't no real direction. It was just going based off of feeling. And if you know what artists will sound good on this, please let me know. Because this one is, I'm hearing a Cali artist, to be honest. So anyway, check it out. So I added like this little percussion element. It doesn't sound, pitched it up a bit. It doesn't sound like super special by itself. But like when you start adding percussion elements such as that to beats, it starts sounding more full, and it's like an underlining thing that you're not aware of that's happening. But you're like, yo, this beat is dope, but you don't really realize what I did. I had a different pattern of almost the same frequency of the hi-hat. So basically it's a different pattern with a percussion, and just doing, you can do like 3 or 4 of those and have like just this extravagant thing, a really involved thing. But this is kind of a simple beat. But anyway, and EQ wise, I just cut the lows for that. and gave it some reverb. So the next sound I think is the hi-hats. So I did some of you little unique with the hi-hats. Check it out. I'm all over the place. That's actually the 808 that I added. It just follows the kick pretty much, but I'll let you listen. Yeah, so that 808 I was checking to see if I did side chaining. I didn't, but I noticed I added Fruity Parametric EQ2 on it and didn't use it. So usually when I do that, I wanted some of the highs, that little distortion that you hear on the 808, to kind of shine through a bit. Let's solo this so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So with Fruity Parametric EQ2, if I cut some of these highs, so you lose that distortion, like that high distortion. And this is almost like a whole different 808 just by doing that. And you can do some other craziness to it, but you get the idea. So that's with the high distortion. It's only subtle. You can see it here, but it shines through in the beat, and it definitely carries out really well. So the next thing I added, let's see, what else did I add? Let's see. I think it was just like a hit right here, this little pattern 8. Yeah, it's like a little horn hit. The sound here. No, that's the 808. That's all that is, and I pitched it to match the beat, and then added Fruity Parametric EQ2, Reverb 2, and Delay. Fruity Delay Bank. I rarely use that. Let me solo that so you can hear it. And with your hits, make sure it sounds best if you pitch it with the beat. Basically, the root note of the scale. A tonic note, if you want to get into theory. So the next thing, what the hell was that? I don't remember. That was a little glitch there. I don't know if you saw that. Pay attention to pattern 9 here. Hey, it's a clap. So it's a clap on the end of every 4 beats, so to kind of give it that finishing touch. So you notice there's, the main melody, the loop that I had there's a lot going on, so I was like, let me not add too much to it. So the other thing I added was these shakers that really, it just put some swag on this beat, so check it out. Yeah, the shaker right there, that's what took it up a notch. And you notice, like, I did like 8 different sounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is the 9th sound I added that kind of elevated it to that next point, and it just add that extra. It just makes you want to groove a little bit because the shaker's a little off, and they're panning back and forth, and they had their own groove to it. And I also did a little bit of swing, 10% swing on all sounds in the channel rack. So I got some things going. So I only added this a little bit of instrumentation for the chorus, so it's very subtle. You should be able to hear it. Check it out. So that is, I think, Exhale, by Output. So I just added that. Let's see if I'm right. There's Contact 5. So I think it's Exhale by Output, because I wanted like a vocal element for the chorus. There you have it. I was right. So Yeah, man. So that's all the sounds. Let me and with that particular vocal pad, just cut the lows, did a little bit of reverb and Fruity Delay 3 just to kind of give it a little more dynamics and space, kind of blend with the other elements. So yeah, man, that's pretty much everything. Mastering wise, I use Neutron 2. Yeah, I have Neutron 3 now. So this is a older track that I did, but you can still learn from it and be inspired by it. So usually what I do is use the track assistant and then adjust different things in each module, parameters in each module. The EQ, the gate wasn't engaged. EQ did a slow cut and towards the end here, and it actually cut some of the mids and looks like a small boost here at the mid high around 1,000 uh, hertz, and like a steady boost here in the highs. I'll let you see that. This is overall, this is the whole beat. And if you notice, a lot of the energy is low here. That's why it boosted this area and decided to. And you can bypass it. And it's crazy because you can spend forever mixing and mastering, because when I bypassed it just then, I kind of liked it without the plugin. I think Ozone 8 was pretty much pulling up the most of the beat, just making it sound real good. And I'll open that up and show you what I did there as well. Same concept. I click the master assistant and then just adjust from there. Isotope has some really cool learning things, like learning courses for all of this, and I need to put some time into it. I know a lot. It's just so much more I can learn. Well, I like to know I learned a lot. So anyway, you can tell what I did for each module. Usually it gives you a pretty good, when you use Master Assistant and you run it, usually it'll give you a pretty good setup. But, occasionally you have to make some adjustments. Imager, vintage tape is crazy. That's so dope. And then I use the maximizer. This one I use the IRC4. Intelligent Release Control 4, Spectral Shaping for reduced pumping and distortion. So yeah, I'm at my ceiling's at 0.0 and I pull down the threshold to 0.6. This is by taste. A lot of times it's good to leave headroom too for your artists. I mess around with this, so I'm not going to tell you do it this way because everyone has their own thing. So anyway, and then somebody tried to like totally go ham on me because I did a zero ceiling. I'm like, bro, do you, I do me. You know, I I leave space, in a different way. It doesn't, the ceiling, you can leave space with having a zero point 0.0 ceiling, basically 0 decibels, as high as the beat would sound. You can actually have space that way. So anyway, if you know what you're doing. But it's just crazy how some people will just attack you for trying something different. So don't worry about haters, you know what I mean? Because they're the ones that think they know everything and the glass is already full. And, if the glass is already full, you can't pour nothing into it anymore. And that's just kind of their mindset. But anyway, that's enough about that. And then I use tonal balance control to kind of balance it out. Um, yeah, I'll let you see what it does. The white line is the frequency span of the music, and I basically set it to bass heavy. So this is the fine tuning. This is broad, where you just get an overview and you can actually choose which, this is Ozone's EQ, and to shape the sound of the beat. So I thought it came out pretty cool, and I'm gonna start it from the beginning and let you kind of vibe out to it and see what you think. And yeah, let me know what artist you hear on this beat, because this is a unique type of sounding beat. And I'm hearing Cali artists, maybe I don't know. This is a tough one because I don't know. Check it out. Alright, let's skip to the verse. Here's the verse. And notice how I just looped that part of the loop. See, right here. And then I bring back in 808. So yeah, see how it has movement in it? It's just not like a straight, what do you call it, loop going all the way through. There's like subtle movement throughout, you know, with the percussion and stuff like that. So when you're using like really busy loops like that, that have like mad melodies in it, find other ways to be creative with it. You know, don't just take it for gospel. You know, push yourself creatively. And you know what I really like is what this shaker. You know, I didn't even think it'll fit with the beat. I just threw it in there and then I stretched it. I used like audio stretch right here, and it actually made the beat to me. It just gave it like a whole different vibe to it. So hopefully that helped. And I think I just did a fade out. Yeah, see, I did a fade out here at the end. And notice I left that shaker going as well towards the end. And you actually got the exclusive version because my dog wanted to bark on the beat while I was recording this. So you got it with the dog barks. So if that doesn't count for a subscription, I don't know what else will. Click that sub button, click the bell as well so you're alerted to new videos. Again, it's DJ Fanatic Beats. You can follow me on the BeatStars platform if you want to check out my beats and stuff. Also on IG as well, and Sounds for Producers IG as well, and Facebook page. I'm out there. So anyway, thank you for those that are supporting, you know, the packs and stuff, and just the whole music scene, man. So y'all keep doing it. Much love, positivity, and be safe. And I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.